Vardhan is a journalist, a TV serial producer, a businessman, a visionary, technology integrator, globetrotter, and an economic analyst and reporter on socio-economic and political development across the globe. Now also a writer, he recently published, in collaboration with Eurobox, Out of the Jaws of Death, a work of fiction and is based on real-life story, which has been creatively treated to provide a gripping tale to captivate the readers with gasping excitement into what is otherwise a mundane life in business. We have Anand Vardhan here, connected with us today to introduce us to his new book. Hi Anand, how are you?
Hi, thank you so much indeed, Geneva. How are you?
So good to see you.
Thank you, thank you. Me as well.
Please tell us where and when did you find the inspiration to write this work of fiction?
Oh my God. Okay, this was. We were driving back from St Andrews in Scotland, and on the border of Scotland and England lies a small town called Gretna Greens. This town is said to be a town very well known for marriages. People used to run away from England and come here and marry in Scotland because the laws didn't provide for marriages in England at an age below certain years. So we find this a lovely village, a lovely old setting. So we love to go and stay there. And, so I was sitting down after my meals and watching the blue skies with stars all around. And suddenly I was reminded of a horror or a horrifying night, and this was in Singapore. This was actually reportedly been told to me by my friends who were caught by pirates and the mafia in Singapore. And this was a starry night in Singapore where these people had taken a helicopter and were hovering over the seas to find their own ship. They were businessmen. So their ship was containing lentils, which I have actually in the book written as chickpeas. But somehow, for sake of interest, I brought that. And then I realized, I actually froze in my chair when I realized that the same people had to go through a misery at the hands of all these pirates and the mafia. Because from Singapore, they were brought back to Hong Kong, from Hong Kong to Bangkok. So this is a real story which I had put actually in my book. And this incident set me thinking as to why not I write a book and record this for my readers, because this is a story that spans from Europe to the Middle East and then to the Far East. So that is how I got the feel that I must put this in record.
So what particularly significant experiences of real life find expression in your book?
Yeah, as I said, I think most of the elements in the book are real, are for real, excepting, of course, for purposes of interest. I had to bring in different stories. I had to change the conversations and the content. For instance, I'll give you an example. One of my friend had bought a distillery in Scotland, and he had bought an old, dilapidated distillery. For the purpose of the book, I turned it around and I thought for myself, why was this person interested in selling a dilapidated one? So instead of a buyer, I switched it to a seller. And I created the compulsions that he was sick and he had two lovely daughters. So the element of a love life and the sex and other things that come in a book form as a story form, which would be good as a narrative, I had to create that element. That's about all. The rest of it was true to the best of my knowledge. And similarly, I had to bring in Dubai. Dubai, because it is all glitter and glitterati, and I thought my readers will be very happy to know what goes around there. So I introduced the element of Dubai only for that purpose, and it was partially true, because the chickpeas are actually bought in Dubai, because they use it during the festivities, and I think the daily food also. So that is how I kept on linking the facts with fiction all around. And of
Okay.
course, and of course, I told you about the mafia and the whole story in Singapore, in Bangkok, in Thailand, and Hong Kong, which is true, 100%.
Okay, okay, interesting. And what's the key message in your book then? What do you want to communicate to your readers?
Ginevra, my first and the foremost concern has been that there is so many things happening, which are real life happenings or real life situations, and most of the people do not come to know about it and do not appreciate. So I thought for my readers, particularly in Europe and elsewhere, uh, I don't think they would have come across such an exciting piece of life, which I have had. I have had a privilege of moving around the world. I've been, in the US and all over Europe, from the Far East. You take China, you take Hong Kong, you take Bangkok, Dubai, and thing. So have had so many experiences, and I thought it was probably it'll be very nice if I'm able to pen them down for my readers and bring them the reality.
Thank you
That was
very
my.
much. Thank you, Anand, for accepting this invitation today. Thank you for the opportunity of the interview. And we want to wish you very good luck with your book.
Thank you so much, Ginevra. It's so kind of you, and I'm very, very proud and happy to be associated with Eurobooks. And of course, the fact that Eurobooks has accepted my script, which shows a lot of confidence in me, and I feel very proud and great to be working with you. Thank you so much for the interview, and for the benefit of my readers. Thank you so much.
Out of the Jaws of Death by Anand Vardhan is now available in bookstores and digital platforms. It's a publication by Eurobooks.